Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is game one of ZOTAC Cup number 13. Nerchio, the random player, up against Satini, the Terran player, on Steps of War. A very interesting first choice of map for a best of three. This map is extraordinarily aggressive. There's this kind of funky terrain in the middle. I mean, it is just a pretty standard open circular center, but because Steps of War is so small, there's those little bits of shrubbery in the middle that really screw up your ability to attack other units. Whether you know the units are there or not, you cannot shoot past the shrubbery unless you have direct vision of units behind it. So occasionally you will be able to see the units, but you need to have your units past the shrubbery to begin to start doing damage. So that is a huge risk to try to engage a player who's behind those shrubbery. Moreover, you can plant tanks on that low ground region to hit the natural expansion because Satini is Terran. That's going to be a big effect on this game. And the two Xel'Naga watchtowers, though useful because they do cover so much of space on the map, don't really give you that much vision of what's going on ground-wise. They're mainly used for air coverage and to check those critical gold expansions. So those will be very useful in the mid stages of the game, but less useful early on. Big important question is, what is Nerchio going to spawn as with the random pieces? This map, you're going to have to do a lot of early scouting with Terran. So many Terran builds depend heavily on knowing what race your opponent is on a map this small. On a map like Temple, you could get away with something a little bit more generic, a 12 barracks followed by a 12 refinery or something of the sort. So that way you could end up with just a pretty standard looking mid game regardless of your opponent's race. But on Steps of War, you have so much that you need to worry about. It can be a little bit risky. You do need to do a lot of nice timed aggression in the early stages of the game as Terran, especially before your opponent gets control of his big double bridge. Or should I call it the fat bridge is what I traditionally call it. Ooh, looks like Nerchio spawning as the purple Protoss in the bottom left gun run, having a little bit of good old manner lag to start things out. But of course, we streamers never lag for too long. We always fix that right away. We do have Satini spawning as the yellow Terran in the top right. And once again, Nerchio did random Protoss in the bottom left already. What's so nice about Nerchio's position is that because he is Protoss, but a random Protoss, that means he does not really need to worry too much about, he doesn't really need to worry about any sort of proxy barracks that would allow a bunch of Reapers to pop up in the main like that. We do see one pylon going down. Nerchio might opt to harass. Yes, a probe is heading out right now. Early probe harasses like this against Terran are so good on this map just because of the fact that your opponent is likely going to have to wall in. Oh, Satini going for a 9 racks. This is going to be big trouble. The fact that this probe is going to be able to harass this SCV right away. Probes nowadays basically the strongest worker in Starcraft 2. Already some hits being taken on that SCV. The SCV stops mining to try to do a little bit of damage. It's at 5 hit points. Oh my goodness. Satini might lose an SCV right away. But look at this. Look at how calm and controlled our Protoss player Nerchio is being. He is staying back, trying to harass this second worker that is now wailing away on this barracks. Wants to do as much damage as possible. Keep it off building, off mining for as long as he can. There is that one SCV with 5 hit points in there. If Nerchio just taps that alt key, he should be able to see it. Oh, look. Seems smart that Satini is repairing that to give him a little extra health, but that's a lot of time wasted just healing just those 10 hit points. Might not seem like it, but is absolutely critical that you keep all units mining for as long as possible. So the gateway is now finished. It is rallied. Gas is down as well. Nerchio probably going to be making a Zealot before that Cybernetics core. Yes, there it does go down. He wants to be able to do a lot of damage against this Marine because he knows that there's a big potential for a lot of aggression right at the start. Slightly later orbital command by Satini makes sense. He had to deal with quite a bit of obnoxious harassment, but either way, get started right at the normal time. Gas mining at the refinery. Tech lab going down at the barracks now. Doesn't look like Protoss got the chance to see that. Going to the Protoss cam, we do note that, yes, he did in fact see nothing on the edge of that barracks. These Marines are going to be getting a little bit overbold down here by this big fat ramp, but this Zealot is, oh my goodness, he saw the Zealot way too late, and he's splitting up his Marines as the game lags out. Satini, ooh, doing a little bit of plug pulling lag as the Terran. Going to make sure that he ends up dropping down to 0 and perhaps out of the game before he ends up popping popping back in, but look at this. Great job by that Marine moving all the way to the left, spreading those Marines out so he doesn't have to worry too much about any sort of too big Marine lossage at the outset of the game. So here's the Cybernetics Core being produced as well. It is done. What is the tech path that Nerchio will be taking? Looks like he's just getting a sentry and hasn't started Warp Gate yet, but I'm curious about this rally point that appears to be going all the way cross-map to the opponent's main base. He might be opting to get the sentry out to do the Infinity Force Field at the bottom of the ramp. That probe is popping out right now. That gateway's rally point has been reset. Warp Gate going down at the Cybernetics Core as well. More Chrono Boosts on the Nexus. Very, very typical opening by Nerchio, doing a very, very good job of just getting a decent amount of units, dealing with the variety that Satini is throwing at him with these, with the Tech Lab and Marine composition. 2 Warp Gate, most standard opening in the universe. I'm not seeing anything too crazy come out of Nerchio. Little push going on by Satini. He is also getting concussive shell. More lag from our wonderful streaming buddy, the Gun Run. And look at this. He leaves without anyone asking him to because he knows how obnoxious that is as a player. Ooh, looks like we have a whole bunch of units popping up right now. That concussive shell is finished, but he needs to be so careful with this micro if the sentry catches him off guard. Oh, there goes one Marine getting picked off. But not a good exchange for Protoss. He did end up losing 1 Zealot for 1 Marine. Not the best trade in the world. And we do see that Warp Gate is getting increasingly close to finishing. Nerchio even pulling some probes off. Wow, Satini's starting to just do some serious damage with these workers. Or excuse me, with these units. Workers being pulled off right now for Nerchio. He is doing a lot of damage to the Zealot. If he can take that out, these Marauders are guaranteed to be significantly stronger. More Stalkers popping out. Whoa, easy there, little Stalker. That could have been deadly if he'd headed down and those 3 Marauders had remained. The Marauders would have been able to pick him off immediately. But note, what does Terran do? He's just going to pull all the way back home. He has done the damage that he wants to do and is not going to do any more. Doesn't want to overreact, doesn't want to overcommit. More barracks coming out, more Marauders, Stim going down, Ghost Academy. Very, very early beta play coming out of Satini. Mass barracks, crazy aggression coming out right now. And Nerchio looks like he's caught a little bit off guard. Had some pretty thin defense at his ramp with this little force here. He did lose a Zealot. One of the other Zealots, as we can see, is down in the red hit point, so it's going to be a little bit tough for him to be able to pull into too much of an aggressive position right now. Satini, seriously the one doing the aggression right there. And look, only popping forward with 1 Marauder. If he poked up with all, they could be split in half by a well-placed sentry force field, and that would have been deadly. And as we can see, Nerchio still chrono boosting his Nexus, getting as many probes as he can. The Stargate is finishing now. Will he be getting Void Rays or Phoenixes? No, Void Rays away. Who cares if they have range 6 now? They charge up and they're awesome. And looks like very fast reactor on this barracks from Satini. Wants to be able to get a ton of Marines. Only 1 Ghost, though. Would have liked to see yet another Ghost out of that recently finished Tech Lab barracks. That would help him quite a lot going into the later stages of the game. This Ghost is just now finished, and the main reason I'm loving this Ghost is that if he pokes up, sees a bunch of sentries, he can immediately EMP them, and absolutely no risk of any force fields. Force fields are a Marauder's worst enemy. Zealots do tons of damage against the Marauders, but you really do need the force field to make the Zealots that much more effective. So 1 EMP on those sentries, and it is lights out for any aggressive possibilities. But here is 1 Void Ray coming out. Not too many Marines. Does he have enough energy? He's at 72. Oh,